A very good morning to all my subscribers, my viewers, the obedient family. Thank you for joining me this morning. Let me start this video by saying that the people you keep around you as a leader determine whether your vision is going to be actualized or not. One of the biggest problems we're actually experiencing in this administration is the fact that the people that were elected to drive in the vision or to drive in the goal are not competent enough to do that, and that is why we are having a lot of problem. When you use nepotism to actually elect people around you, when you give people based on favoritism, when you do that based on what do they call it now, on payback, you get results that are not too good. Now, the Minister of Electricity, I think, or Power, have come under serious scrutiny for what he actually said in the media. Now, this is a man that when he wanted to become a governor was talking about plate numbers and all that. Made a lot of errors, made a lot of statements that were not good. And you still carried him and you gave him Minister for Power. And what he has come out to the media to say have triggered a lot of Nigerians. Although that's very disgraceful of him, that's disgusting. That is to show that he has no technical know-how on the issue. He has no knowledge of the issue, and you can't blame him. You carry a position and give an accountant a position that has to do with electricity and all that. What do you expect me to do? People that are not, this is not their area of specialty, you carry it and you give it to them. What do you expect from them? It will be complete or colossal failure. And that is why he's coming out to defend. He's even trying to defend the whole increase in the tariff, but he kept on messing up on the video. I'm going to show you that video and I'm going to show you some reactions of people. Before I do that, Apostle SULEMAN have come under serious fire from Nigerians for what he said. Now, it's very unfortunate that some of these pastors, at the end of the day, they come out and just spill, and they spill rubbish. A lot of people will want to appreciate what he said, but I don't. As far as I'm concerned, it is not a wrong thing to hold a government accountable. There is nobody that will ever wish a government bad luck. It's just the indices that people are saying that is making them talk. In fact, listen to what he said before I come back and we'll continue.
When the dollar was up, we all shouting. The dollar is down now. Did you hear anybody say anything? You love evil. People that love evil. Those are the people. You see, most people who are crying that they want change in Nigeria don't want change. Dollar went up. You made noise. Dollar came down. You are quiet. Because you wanted somebody to be president. I voted somebody. I wanted somebody to be president. Who I wanted was not the person who became president. But election has ended. Election has ended. Are we still doing election? Can't you rest?
Thank you, my friend.
How come life has moved or you are the only one that can't move?
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Are you what I'm talking about?
Thank you, Jesus.
You are complaining that leaders are not doing well. They have power. So they bully. You have data. You bully. Because the person you wanted to win didn't win. So Nigeria should scatter. What kind of person are you?
Thank you, Jesus.
Dollar has come down now. I think it's 1,002 ahead. Or 1,3. One what? 1,000? Are you normal? 1,2. It's 1,2 now. And everybody's quiet. But or one whatever. But it's dropped down. It was 1,009 at a point. Listen to me. But now it has dropped. No. You want things to be bad so that you can say we said so. What kind of country is that? Country where there are bullies. Bullies. Nigeria will be great again. Nigeria will be great again. Wait. When it got to 2027, continue your madness. But for now, somebody is there. Support who is there. Are you following what I'm saying? Whether you are happy or not happy, is there. Your frowning does not remove you from the seat.
Now, let me take one reaction to this message. Paul said, Apostle SULEMAN is only making fool of himself. Which of the dollar is down? Because people cannot challenge him in that altar, he decided to insult himself. When Jonathan was president, Buhari and TINUBU never praised or support his policies any day, even for subsidy removal. Now, you've seen it right. For the Agbadonians and the TINUBU supporters, he sat well with them. They were congratulating him. He has deflected from obedience and whatever it is. Yes, I respect this man very well. I respect clergies. I don't try to, disrespect them. But I totally disagree with him on this. Totally. I have my own reservations about what he said. And then it is very clear that sometimes they are human, so they come out and they just spill what they spill out. With all due respect to him, this is not a good statement. It is right for people to actually hold government responsible. It is right for people to actually bring out the ills of government. And for Christ's sake, dollar coming down to 1,200 has not solved the problem. It has not dealt with anything. They made the dollar at 700 or be 600, and they took it to 19, and they brought it to 12, and people are celebrating. You are celebrating mediocrity. Because at the end of the day, things are at its highest. And you are telling people not to come out and talk. You are telling people to support the government. Support what exactly? Support the errors. Support the policies that are wrong. Support nepotism. Support what exactly? Support criminality? There is no way. Nigerians have the right to vent their angers and speak their mind on issues. Now, imagine somebody that is a minister of power, or is he electricity? I don't know what his position is, but he's a minister. And then imagine what he's peeling out. And you want Nigerians to come and clap for him and tell him, kudos, you are doing well. Or you want Nigerians not to say anything. Nigerians should just keep quiet and accept whatever they say, hook, line, and sinker. It's wrong. You don't come and tell us, nobody don't want the government to work. Everybody will be appreciative. I, for one, will be appreciative if things go down. That is why the day Dangote started, bringing out gas and all that to the market. I said it here. I said it's a good move towards the right direction. If the policies he has taken, I keep saying it, I say the policies are right, but the implementations are very wrong. And I say it very clearly. There is nobody that don't want things to get better for people. So don't come here and tell us that we that are actually coming out to spill truth about the issue, you are telling us to keep quiet and support the government. We should support error. That message is very wrong. With all due respect to him, he has just spilled something that is totally unacceptable. Our job is to make sure that we keep these guys on their toes so that they can keep doing the right thing. And if you don't point out their ills, they cannot correct themselves. And that is what real Nigerians should do, real opposition should do. Don't come and tell us election is over, let's move on. People don't move on like that. That is why I told you this elder generation, they are the biggest problem we have. People like him. You come and you support whoever you support, and elections are over and you move on. You can't move on. Oga, in as much as you are praying for Nigeria to work, you hold these people responsible. You keep, bringing out their ills so that they can actually correct themselves and try as much as possible to bring in solutions that they can use. And people are doing that. Peter Obi is doing that, bringing out solutions. Everybody's talking. So don't call me and tell us that we should keep quiet. Your generation has messed this country up, and then it's unfortunate you belong to that generation. With all due respect to his office as a pastor, he's totally wrong, and I don't accept what he said. Now back to the minister. Listen to the disgrace of a minister, what the disgrace of a minister said, and when I come back, we'll wrap this up.
We must be able to talk the truth to ourselves. We don't have the culture of consumption management in this country in terms of power, just because of the cheapness of the tariff we pay out. A lot of people come back from work, they want to have dinner, or they want to play with their colleagues down the road. They switch on the AC for the room to be cooling before they come back. Yes, some people will be going to work in the morning. A freezer has been left on for days. They will still leave it on when all the items in the freezer are already frozen. And 5, 6, 8 hours of their absence will not make it to the freeze. They will still leave it. It will continue power just because we are not paying enough. We've all been overseas before. We know how conscious the power consumers are to consumption of electricity.
Now, let me take one reaction to this also. He said, this is what you get when you put someone who studied accounting as Minister of Power. It is like giving a chimpanzee a machine gun. Chaos. Now, you've seen it, right? These are the people elected in offices as ministers. So why will there be progress? Why will things move forward? What does this one know about anything that has to do with electricity? And telling us that there are countries that you have 24 hours of electricity. They don't manage anything. You see, people will leave AC on from morning to evening. How many light we get for Nigeria where person will leave AC on from morning to evening? As I'm talking to you now, light not even in my side. So automatically, the 20 hours is not even achievable. Then you are escalating the price of electricity. You are removing subsidy. And the funny thing is that you guys remove this subsidy. You didn't even go back and think, okay, how do we cushion the effect of this subsidy we are removing from every angle? How do you? Because there are companies that are going to, cost of goods are going to go up, because companies will have to start paying excessively for electricity. Companies, how do you encourage foreign investors to come in when you can't even fix your power sector? What you are doing is to keep in countries subsidize power so that companies can production can be effective. But in our own, we are removing the subsidy and then we are increasing the money. And a minister is coming to sit down in the front of the media and telling Nigerians that they don't know how to manage energy. Is that not the biggest, I don't even know how to call it, error of all time? And then you speak this kind of thing out and a pastor will stand on the podium and tell you that you should move on. Their generation are the problems we have. That is why you see them. I keep saying it. It's one thing to have a vision. It's another thing to have the right people that can drive this vision. I talked about the policy yesterday. The student loan bill that was passed into law. Great initiative if you have people that are competent enough to drive it. I talked about subsidy yesterday. I said it's not the wrong thing to remove subsidy, but who are those that you put in charge of making sure that this subsidy removal, the money that is generating, can go to other perfect sectors perfectly to ease the pain of Nigerians? It is a taboo when you have incompetent people removing subsidy, because at the end of the day, what you will get is another theft. And the question is, the petroleum subsidy they removed, where is the money? You are removing energy. Everything bounced back to the common man. And you are saying you are trying to ease the pain of the common man. When we know that at the end of the day, this money, even the band B, band C, they go still add up. The common man will be left to suffer. And then companies will escalate the cost of their goods. And at the end of the day, the common man, it will still fall back on the common man. Taxes are increases. You are removing subsidy. A pastor stand on the podium and spew rubbish. And at the end of the day, it's because his life is good. People are paying tithes and offerings. So it's easier for him to say whatever he wants to say. Because at the end of the day, he will enter his bulletproof car and move. In as much as I like him as a pastor, he should stick to that preaching of the Bible and salvation. Don't come and confuse people that are trying to see how life can be better for them. Let me drop it here, guys. Please drop your comments below. Really love to hear from you. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever we drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. I'm obedient and I'm useful. I hope you are. Fingers crossed. Let's keep holding them responsible and see how it pans out. God bless you. Happy weekend. I'll see you next time.